It's about the principal student becomes a teacher. Are you getting schooled? All in for running kingdoms, the begging for an interview, stamping for a job who paying us out the minimal. Judah quick to bust a pistol pool, egotistical. 22 spinning to the tread, aboriginal, ancient African.
You gotta understand that the jig is up. The jig is up. The cat's out of the bag. It's out in the open now. You know what I'm saying? These people knew that this would come to pass. That's why they don't care. They actually boasting. But you got to be in the know to even know. Because, like, they'll lie to you and have you believing in science fiction and you don't even know it. And I'm not even talking about religion. Check this out. What's the difference between what they show on Star Trek and Star Wars and what NASA shows us, the images that NASA show us? What's the difference? Have you ever, when you watch a movie next time, watch when they fly out in space and they show the Earth? When you watch a movie, just I want you to close caption that scene in your head, and then when you online next, look at some of NASA videos. And I want you to tell me what's the difference. Like, if I was to line them up and switch them up side by side, like maybe 32 pics, could you say which is which? That's why I'm saying, that's just one aspect, but I'm telling y'all, the jig is up, man. You so-called black people, the indigenous, you know, you gotta wake up to who you are, because the thing about these stars, these so-called Illuminati puppets, they like to call them, is that they're using Judah. Specifically, not just Judah, they're using the whole 12 tribes of Israel, the real Israel, not the converts. But yeah, you know, they are using you, Judah, speaking to my Judites, to perpetuate this thing. Just look at Michael Jackson, one of the biggest pop stars ever. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and that brings me back to the point. You know, when you read these things in books and you read like testimonies and things that's been documented, you can't deny things. I mean, it's just like, see, the only time my people seem to care about documentation is when it's in a courtroom and it's against you and you got to figure out some way to fight it. That's when you work. But so just think, if they got documentation that could put brothers away for 1,000 years over some documentation, then wouldn't you think that documentation is important outside of the courtroom just as much? See, they sell us the lies through the entertainment. That brings me to my point. They sell you the lies through the entertainment because they want you focusing on things that have no bearing on your life, really. Like if your favorite team lose, yeah, I know you know that's the season. But man, they want you tripping behind that. They want you blogging angry. You know what I'm saying? They want you to be engulfed in all of these aspects of it. That's what they want. Because when you're doing that, not to say if you watch sports or whatever, just like women, they talk shows, same thing. The love in Hollywoods and everything else, and you know, whatever it is. But that's what they want you to stay there. And once you realize the truth, when you start to go look at those aspects in those programs, you start to see the symbolism. You start to see all the little hidden messages. You know what I'm saying? The subliminal messages in it. And you tell people that just want to stay on that level, just on that shallow level, hey man, did you notice they keep throwing up this hand sign? Every time I watch this show, they just keep throwing it up. And it becomes a pattern. And you start to, because we learn our patterns. That's why the ABC song has a song. You know what I'm saying? We learned that pattern. That's one of the first patterns we learn. ABC 1, 2, 3, over and over. That's how the brain learns. So when you start seeing these things over and over, you start to put your 2 and 2 together. But there's people that just want to stay on that level, on that shallow level, just eat, drink, and be merry. Who cares about FEMA? Who cares about HARP? You know what I'm saying? Don't have no bearing on what's really going on, because it's all written in books. It's like the pastor, he'll sell you something nice and it'll sound good while he holding the Bible, but he ain't reading that Bible. You know what I'm saying? Same way in school, they'll tell you some things, but it's through a bias that the system is built upon, man. So if you're not gonna look and really see what's really going on and do so in knowledge, man, you are the perfect candidate. You can't talk about, oh, I'm against the New World Order, but I'm a Democrat, or I'm a feminist, or I'm a socialist. You gotta look into what are the roots of those words. What was that founded upon, and what did it do to your people? People ain't willing to do that type of research, but you got to be willing to. You got to be willing to look into that documentation, man. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of documentation, the money that we dealing with, man, these people here, look, these people here get paid millions upon millions of dollars. I think I put up a post once. I was like, oh, I think it was Oprah, and I might be wrong. I think it was Oprah, Michael Jordan, and it was somebody else, and I think it was like one more person. And I was like, if they all put their money together, they could buy the state of New York, not just a property here, a property there. I'm like literally the state. Like they could buy up what everybody spent in New York in a year. They can buy it up. And people be like, oh, well, you know, the slave trade, that was just a bunch of crap and that didn't happen. Not looking into the history of Africa, you know, beyond a few kings. Because if you look into the history of it, it was way bigger than that. But the thing about it is, man, when you look at these things, you know what I'm saying? And you wonder, and they always say, oh, well, there were kings fighting for us, and there were. It wasn't all like we just got all sold out by all the Africans, but at the same time, you know, they still got racist names for us over there. Some of our people our Israelite people are still over there amongst Hamites. You got to look at, we always had a history in Africa, but we are a special tribe called apart, to be set apart. And we're trying to merge with a society that is 100% against us, our creator, and 100% for our demise. And we ain't woke up to it yet. We still want to eat, drink, and be merry. Because people will say, oh, well, no, that didn't happen like that in Africa. Because, of course, some of us were here. Read the book of 2nd Esdras. Some of us were here. There's artifacts. You know, I've shown studies. But to make my point, they'll be like, there's African kings that fought, and they would never allow that, though everything says otherwise. Because when you look at it, don't we have rich Negroes today? What are they really doing? Are they trying to get us into a system of our own? Or is it that they're trying to merge our system, our people, our culture, which we have already lost, but continuing to deal with these pagan customs, these Canaanite customs from the gods on the other side of the flood, now adopted by the synagogue of Satan. So that's who's running the world. That's Revelation 2:9 and 3:9. So I'm not going to talk your head off because I got a lot to get into in this. But don't come to me talking about your artist is woke or he said something woke. Look, they ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, so they're going to have some knowledge. But man, these people are evil, man. I'm telling you, seek life. So with that, peace and blessings, all praises to the Most High King Ahaya, in the name of the Savior, the Black Messiah Yasha, through the Holy Spirit. Peace and blessings. Shalom.
Cheap weave and EBT, drug dealers with that false image on their Jesus piece. Tulsa, Oklahoma recently got hit with TNT. Crack vials was dropped up on the corner by the DOD. Seen the highway to hell got renamed the Easy Street. Just the same thing that they promote on.
Notorious B.I.G., a rapper who came out of Brooklyn, New York, is considered a legend in hip-hop. In his short-lived career, he had worked on enough material to be considered one of the best, if not the best rapper ever. having worked with Puffy and being the face of Bad Boy Records, Biggie saw commercial success as well as critical recognition. Biggie was known as the King of New York, overshadowing many of his rivals at that time. He was also known for having a friendship with Tupac. After Tupac got shot 5 times in armed robbery at Quad Studios, whilst Biggie and Puffy were recording in another room, their friendship turned sour due to Tupac's suspicions that the pair were aware of the robbery and didn't warn him. In 1996, Tupac was shot multiple times and died as a result of his injuries. The following year, Biggie was shot and killed whilst in Los Angeles. Tupac was 25 years old when he died, and Biggie was 24. Both murders are unresolved. Whoever Puffy, P. Diddy, or whatever he wants to call himself next, whoever he's involved with goes through a whole lot of trouble. It's like they are hexed after working with him. Former Bad Boy artist Mark Curry had a book released back in 2009 called Dancing with the Devil, How Puff Burned the Bad Boys of Hip Hop. In page 105, he writes, "In many ways, I was in the same spot as Biggie when he signed with Bad Boy, a poor cat that didn't finish high school but had musical talent. Puff was a rich cat with no musical talent, but also with a stable of mostly white advisors and lawyers who taught him how to put voodoo on his artists." He also states that Biggie was robbed out of a lot of money with bad contracts at Bad Boy Records. In my videos, I document the many strange lyrics and situations in the music industry, and mostly in the hip-hop genre. To make it big, to reach that next level, artists are required to partake in rituals and oaths in order for them to be controlled and manipulated. Biggie appears wasn't no exception. Biggie had a crew called Junior Mafia and split this group into 3 parts. Each part of the group was known as a 6, and the whole collective was known as 666. When he was going to start his own clothing label before his death, which was called Brooklyn Mint, he had some jackets made with a badge that had 666 written on it, which is the mark of the beast. Not too long ago, Rick Ross saw a lot of backlash due to some lyrics alluding to rape in one of his songs, but some of the songs written by Biggie had worse lyrics in them. Biggie, who is known as a sharp and witty lyricist, had some of the most quotable lines, but he's had some sick and twisted lyrics. He's spoken down on religion amongst many other sick lyrics. In his song Suicidal Thoughts, he says,
"When I die, fuck it, I wanna go to hell. Cause I'm a piece of shit, it ain't hard to fucking tell. It don't make sense going to heaven with the goody goodies dressed in white. I like black Timbs and black hoodies. Gotta probably have me on some real strict shit. No sleeping all day, no getting my dick licked. Hanging with the goody goodies, lounging in paradise. Fuck that shit, I wanna tote guns and shoot dice."
Biggie is making the good seem bad and the bad seem good. In another track, he says some more blasphemous lyrics.
"I'm hard, Jehovah said I'm barred from the pearly gates, fuck 'em. I didn't wanna go to heaven anyway, but my mama got me on my knees with my hands gripped, talking about some praise the Lord shit. Hail Mary, fuck her, I never knew her. I probably screw her and dump her body in the sewer. Our Father, my pot stuck up those spots, big black and mean with the 5th by the gabardine."
In a single that was released off his posthumous album, Born Again, called Dead Wrong, featuring Eminem, Biggie says lines to do with rape, murder, and pedophilia.
"I don't wanna rape ya, I just want the paper. Then fuck your mom, hit the skin to amnesia. She don't remember shit, just the 2 hits. Her hitting the floor, and me hitting the clits. Sucking on the tits, had the hooker begging for the Lucifer, I'm more ruthless, Slit the wrist, a little sis, after she sucked the dick. I stabbed a brother with the ice pick, because he wanted me to fuck him from the back. But Smalls don't get down like that. The black demon got the little hooker screaming. Woo! Because you know I love it young, fresh and green, with no hand between, know what I mean?
The fascination with death is evident with Biggie's albums. First album was called Ready to Die, then Life After Death. Biggie's death is seen by some as a blood sacrifice by Puffy to further his own career.
When I met you, I admit my first thought was a trick. You look so good, huh? I suck on your daddy's dick. You look so good, huh? I suck on your daddy's dick. You look so good, huh? I suck on your daddy's dick.
Afternoon, ODB, whose real name was Russell Jones, collapsed in a recording studio. It didn't take long for word of his death to spread to his dedicated fans.
And she lost another talented brother, you know, and it's sad. Sad.
I need help. I need help. And the worst is the government is after me. Someone help me. My children. They already did Tupac and Biggie Smalls. I love someone help me. Someone help me, please. This is Dirty, man. What's up?
Yo, what's up, man?
Ain't nothing, brother. How you doing, baby?
I'm alright, man.
That's good. Yo, you go spread the word that the CIA, if I die, the CIA killed me, okay? I'm not playing, I'm serious.
Alright.
Everybody's scared of the government, you know what I'm saying? Because they killed Tupac and they killed Biggie Smalls. I don't care what y'all say.
Supporting the real. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line.
The government brainwash our people with the mind control theory. That's what they do. So to make sure our people like it, they keep playing that same song. The same song keep playing, you start to like it. You start to get probed with it. You start to get cloned with it. So then for the clone exists, then it just takes over. It takes over the human body. It takes over the spirit. It takes over the soul. And therefore, behold, that's what you got. That's what Dirty is here for. Dirty here just to keep it dirty. Dirty, 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 where we all come from. You know what I mean? When we say the fake hip-hop shit, we talking about the government.
Listen, I love the government, man. CIA, FBI, I love y'all niggas. Don't come knocking on my fucking door.
I love them too. They all my children.
And keep us safe. Okay, USA. Better chance than we do.
And my people,
because they're so threatened by us, man.
I'm not crazy at all, okay? Everybody always saying that Dirty is crazy. Dirty is not crazy at all. Dirty just foresee a lot that a lot of people don't foresee. Everything that we saying, y'all gonna film, y'all gonna put out, right?
No, we edit.
Oh, y'all gonna edit. So the good shit y'all gonna edit, the bad shit y'all gonna give to the government, right?
No, come on.
Huh?
Why should we?
So what y'all gonna do with all this shit?
Why should we give it to the government?
So who y'all gonna give it to? What y'all gonna do with it?
I'm gonna send it in the show on the TV channel where I work.
So what's the sense of us talking this song?
It's no problem. It's no problem. I want it this way. I like it. I like it that way.
No, see, because I wanna make sure that everything I say is gonna happen.
Niggas trying to kill a nigga, man. Period. Yeah, how so? Government, man. I don't know, G. They on my ass.
Beef with the old dirty bastard in this world. I think Bush is the most insanest motherfucker that ever motherfucking lived.
I don't know how to shake these cats. As long as you back up the fuck up off of me, man, we'll be alright, man. You know what I'm saying? These are the big cats, John. I'm talking about these motherfuckers is President Bush and them niggas, right? All George Bush need to do is get his dick sucked. He won't be after me no more. Straight. You know what I'm saying? Niggas on my ass, G. For real, G. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no smiles, G.
Well, of course the government has it out for me because, see, I'm a man-made product. You understand what I'm saying? I'm made, you made me. You understand what I'm saying? Hell yeah. So, it's like, when you made me, you got your government here. You got your government. So y'all, it's a world of one thing, and I happen to be another thing that's governed too. You know what I'm saying? And I guess now it's my time. You understand what I mean? It's time for me to move on. It's time for old dirty bastard to not exist no more. It's time for a new old dirty bastard, you know, a baby old dirty bastard, you know, not called old dirty bastard as that baby, but you will call him old dirty bastard. And that's just how it is. I can't explain nothing but tell you the government is out to assassinate me and get it over with. That's it, period.
I like Bush. Bush is a straight gangster, son. And like, we fans of George Bush, so we don't know why George. Yo, George, why you tripping, George? Why the fuck you tripping, George? George, we got love for you, nigga.
His trouble with the law didn't end. Later on that month, he was pulled over for a traffic violation and police found him wearing a bulletproof vest. He was charged with unlawful possession of body armor. The storm of charges kept coming. Traffic violations, child support, drug possession. Through it all, he remained an entertainer focused on his music. He was sentenced to 2 to 4 years on a variety of charges.
They did that to him for a reason. They wanted to shut him up. My name is Old Dirty Bastard. You know what I'm saying?
And they put a chip in his body so they could monitor every move he made. And he knew it. They chipped him.
I wouldn't be surprised if his name wasn't on the list. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if my name ain't on the list. You know what I mean? With the whole Wu-Tang, you know what I mean? You know, we different. And sometimes in this country, when you're different and you speak different, you stand out for something different, you stand up for yourself, they put you on the list. Dirty was that kind of man. He wanted real freedom. He expressed real freedom. So I don't doubt that somebody was on his case. I don't doubt that somebody was ever trying to hurt him. I don't doubt that people was watching him.
He used to say the police, the FBI is after him. They were trying to kill him. I believe it.
Jumped off the stage, landed on his knee, okay, what started the process of, you know, him needing to have something to relieve that pain.
He fell off the stage in the concert, when he went to the studio, and he asked somebody for a painkiller. And that's what did it. They gave him the painkiller. And he never woke up.
For me being sober, it reminded me when I was a kid again. You know what I mean?
you know, being able to have a clear mind, that's all. You know what I mean? God is good. God is definitely good. Word. You definitely good, man. Word. You got it going on, baby love.
Talking about being a kid.
I ain't going nowhere. I'll be here. New album.
What's it called?
I Am Legend.
This is such a major part.
Today?
Ladies, shut up, man. I'm talking about, no, listen, man. Listen, man, I'm not going for this.
Involving possession of marijuana, which is also a Class 6 felony.
Do it every time, man. Every time, man. Every time they do it to me. I think everyone who's watching knows how I ended up in here.
I don't know if they do.
I'm pretty sure they do.
He went to jail most recently for failing to pay a reported $400,000 in child support.
I'll take that too.
I just did.
You can leave.
I am gonna leave. You can leave. How about that?
You can leave.
You can leave.
You always gonna have problems.
DMX says he's a sincere guy who's just misunderstood by most.
It's the only thing I hate about being famous. You never know who really loves you because everybody's there. I take what I've been through, capture it. Just capture it. This is timeless. And give it away. And because I give it away, I benefit from it. When people come and say, yo, this song did this. Thank you. Thank you. That's what you're asking me for?
Because that's the only way it's going to happen. How are we going to have a nice, healthy relationship if you're toxic?
If there's going to be a condition, if there's going to be a demand, all I've given you is unconditional love, I'm not going to allow that.
Because either way, I'm fine. I've made peace with it.
Yeah, cool. You know what? That's how you feel. I'm going to respect that. That's how you feel. I'm going to respect that. But that's some bull. I love you. I'm always going to love you. I love who I am. I'm not going to change for anyone.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to come talk to you like a man to man.
But you tell me I won't have a relationship with you unless when I've been a great father to you. I smoked weed before you was born. I drank before you was born. Did a lot before you was born. Love, it's supposed to be unconditional. I will never put a condition on our love or our relationship. Never. Ever. And I guess until you get to that place, we won't have a relationship. It's sad that my son wants nothing from me. And I have so much to offer. I guess. I still love you.
I love you too.
But that doesn't fly. That's not gonna fly. It's not gonna fly. It's not gonna fly. It's not gonna fly.
And that's okay. That's okay.
Well, I guess I'll see you at my funeral. Mel.
Jeff, funeral?
If you're gonna put a condition on our relationship, well then I guess that's when you'll see me. Come out.
No.
What do you mean no? What is it?
You don't get to speak to me ever again. Ever.
You.
I'll take that too.
I just did.
You can leave.
I am gonna leave. You can leave. How about that?
You can leave.
You can leave.
You get to ask for what you want. You get to ask for what you want. I bow to you.
Thank you.
For what you just did.
and how you helped me get there.
You took a stand for yourself. You asked for what you wanted. And you did not allow yourself to be manipulated out of it. I bow to you.
Thank you.
In the face of your father, you just became a man.
Like, yo, Dad, what's up? Like, nothing. You sitting there
because
there
was never any challenging you.
Every
time in the house.
You never attempted to challenge.
But you're not letting him finish.
Hey, please.
No,
what man?
Hold on.
Listen, this is my son right here. I'm talking to him.
Lower your voice. Pump your brakes. Pump your brakes,
Lady,
brother.
lady.
This is the only thing I want to say. He's not feeling heard by you, X. Let him finish a sentence. Let him finish a sentence. How did it make you feel when you heard and saw those things?
I felt like you were a liar and a hypocrite.
And how did that make you feel about you? Maybe share that so he can understand why your relationship with him, why you didn't talk to him.
You were always, not always, but most of the time, very hostile, and it was always.
Towards you?
No, but just in the house, the way you would talk made me feel like beneath you. Even what you were saying was good.
Just give me an example of how I spoke to you that made you, you know what I'm saying? Feel like you were, you know.
I mean, it was years ago.
Just one example. Just one sentence. I've done it so much. This is such a major
what
part.
About today?
Lady, shut up, man.
No,
I'm talking about. No, listen, man. Listen, man. I'm not going for this.
You don't get. I was talking to Xavier.
Damn, y'all, for real.
I was talking to Xavier. I'm not intimidated by you.
You gotta be intimidated, man. Stop running your mouth.
What about
I'm not even gonna have it.
Cats love you like that. Your music influences them. They get through their lives listening to your music.
Exactly. So many people come to me and say, yo, you know, this one song got me through this rough time, or, you know, remember that family was, you know, listen to a certain song when he died, and every time they hear that song, it reminds them, it's like, yo, I touch people. All that, you know, pull your titties out, shake your ass, and drive a car with big rims, that's some ignorant yo. Ain't saying nothing wrong with having that, but that's not what rap is about. Rap is about life, yo, you know what I mean? And everybody don't got that life. You want to talk about bling bling and do this, and ain't got bling bling, you know what I'm saying? Up and sing.
Where do you get your inspiration from?
People.
Yeah.
People. Yeah. You know, real life situations. Just how I'm feeling at a certain time. Mm-hmm. You know, I am somewhat inspired by the music that's out right now. Not in a good way.
Okay.
Not in a good way, but
I know.
you know, it does inspire me to do better.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, if you could go back and talk to this ex right here, what would you say?
Basically, the people that are close to me.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And that's happened a lot.
Yes, it has.
Are you close with your mom, Arnett? Are you guys? How's that?
We're better than we've been.
Okay.
That's good enough for me.
That's good, yeah.
I think everyone who's watching knows how I ended up in here.
I enforce my strength, my mind strength. That's what's more important to me now. The niggas see that this is not no accident. I plotted every single step from this to this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everything was plotted.
It's still that the next shit is called Illuminati, because that's really what the Illuminati's on.
That's why I put the K to it. Because I want the niggas is telling me about this Illuminati shit while I'm in jail, right? Like dollars.
Right.
That's another way to keep your self-esteem low. That's another way to keep you unconfident.
Right.
And I'm putting the K because I'm killing that Illuminati shit. It's another way to keep you unconfident.
Right.
And I'm putting the K because I'm killing that Illuminati shit. Trust me. If these motherfuckers wanted to kill you, why the fuck they gonna tell Farrakhan? Why they gonna tell the Nation of Islam? Why they gonna tell this nigga in jail about the plan? How did he know?
Right.
How did it leak to him? Who told him? Who told him? The Pope? Who? Cause they like the Pope and the money. Oh, come on, man. You so thinking about the money, you not getting the motherfucking money. Get the money, nigga. I don't give a fuck who face on there. You know what I thought when I was in jail? What fucked me up, what turned me like this, is I was like, no politicians is even getting at us. Even though I represent 5 million fucking sales. And no politicians even checking for us. They're not even sending us nothing to try to make us. They're not even thinking of it. And in business, you know, if you want to fuck with somebody, you know, you try to, they're not even looking at us like that. That means we ain't a threat. But by the next election, I promise, by the next election, I promise, I'm going to be sitting across from all the candidates. I bet you. You know how I be making it? I promise you. I'm not even gonna be. I'm gonna be so far from where I am now in 4 years. God willing, I'm alive. It's on. I guarantee you, we will have our own political party, and it won't be just for black people. It's gonna be for Mexicans. It's gonna be for Mexicans. It's gonna be for black people. It's gonna be for Armenians. I don't give a fuck. All you lost tribe motherfuckers right now. We need to have our own political party because we all have the same motherfucking problem. We built this nation, and we get none of the benefits.
John Savage all day.
Security Penitentiary.
When Pac did his small bid in the penitentiary, Jimmy Iovine and all the bigwigs out of Interscope just about had enough of Pac. Pac was uncontrollable because he hated being controlled. But Pac knew the oath of the Baphomet very, very well. We'll get into that a little bit later. Well, no one came to his rescue, so Pac put a contract on a napkin and sought after Suge Knight.
Rapper, actor, and sex abuse convict Tupac Shakur walked out of a New York jail last week, bailed out to the tune of $1.4 million by Suge Knight of Death Row Records, which has signed Shakur to a record deal.
Tupac made the worst mistake of his life to team up with Suge Knight. Now don't get it twisted. Tupac already agreed to the oath of the Baphomet when he signed with Jimmy Iovine on Interscope, because that's the only way you're going to get a deal. Seen in this picture, you can see Suge throwing up the Baphomet. That's how Suge get down. That's how Suge get paid. Suge Knight encouraged Tupac to keep this East Coast West Coast thing going because it was good for the money. But when the blood started spilling on Tupac's hand, Tupac got a little bit discouraged.
And the East Coast West Coast thing is something that the journalists and people are making up just to get paid off this so it can drag out and everybody can have albums. They're perpetuating it so it can be drama. When it all go down, don't look at me and Biggie and be like, why is there a big East Coast West Coast war when you're shooting this to 300 homes, 300 countries, telling them about an East Coast West Coast war that they would never know exists. So that's where information becomes a problem.
Take a close look at Snoop Dogg, because in days to come, Snoop knows there's something's going to happen to Tupac.
And the East Coast West Coast thing is something that the journalists and people are making up just to get paid off this so it can drag out and everybody can have albums. They're perpetuating it so it can be drama. when it all go down, don't look at me and Biggie and be like, why is there a big East Coast, West Coast war? When you're shooting this to 300 homes, 300 countries, telling them about an East Coast, West Coast war that they would never know exists. So that's where information becomes a problem.
Snoop knows Tupac's life is in danger days before his death. I want you... What's Tupac? Yes, folks, I'm afraid to tell you, Tupac was a part of the Baphomet, as seen here with the hand gesture. And I know a lot of you are going to argue me down, but let's go back to another guy, Nelly. Nelly is seen giving up his hand gesture for the Illuminati Baphomet. He is holding his sign downward. Tupac is holding his upward. Don't get it twisted. They both are the same. Nelly is holding his downward. Tupac is upward. Moving on. Suge had a look on his face that he knew something was getting ready to go down. There was no doubt that Suge Knight orchestrated the hit on Pac. Now I want to go back to the first hit that took place in New York with Biggie and Puff Daddy.
The Tupac article had me pissed off, you know what I'm saying? Because first of all, he dissed my man, said my man turned his back on him, and I know for a fact that didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? And like the rumors that's spreading is on some tip like we set him up, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy.
Puff Biggie knew exactly who shot Pac. I want you to take a close look at Puff Daddy's reaction. He's guilty as hell.
The Tupac article had me pissed off, you know what I'm saying? Because first of all, he dissed my man, said my man turned his back on him, and I know for a fact that didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? And like the rumors that's spreading is on some tip like we set him up, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy.
I know what good morals are, but you're supposed to disregard good morals when you're living in a crazy, bad world. If you're in hell, how can you live like an angel? You're sitting here surrounded by devils and you're trying to be an angel? That's like suicide.
You notice in the statement Pac said, how can he be an angel surrounded by devils? Pac knew everyone that he was encountering with was a part of the Baphomet. Pac was also obsessed with death. That's why he had a bracelet made with the angel of death wrapped around his neck. And everyone knows what the angel of death represents. Tupac dissed Dr. Dre, calling him out, saying that Dre can't make up his mind on men or women. When Dre should be producing, he's upstairs sucking dick, eating pussy. This interview was made in 1996. Also that same year, dissing Quincy Jones, saying that he was invited to Q's house. Tupac seen Q's daughter and wanted to holler at her. However, Q asked Tupac if he could have a moment with him and asked Tupac if he would fuck him in the ass. Tupac replied, "I don't get down like that." When Tupac put this on tape, he broke the oath. His life would be in danger until his death.
You going to Vegas, cuz? He turned on me like this and started talking to somebody else. So I'm like, all right. So when I get off the plane, we land, we meet right here. I'm like, cuz, you going to Vegas? He do me like this.
As he had told us that he was not going there with his words, them sellout niggas.
I could have jumped out on his ass in Vegas, but you know, it was killing me. But Snoop was like, hold on, don't fuck this up. But Snoop was like, hold on, don't fuck this up.
No one in the past has ever asked me anything about Tupac, even though when you look at the MTV Music Award tapes, and when you look at his whole last week, you'll see me there I was there in Vegas when he was shot. I was one of the first people to the hospital, but I was never interviewed by anyone. So I'm just coming forth now to set the record straight. And some of the things that happened to Tupac, we need to check within death row before we start pointing the fingers at other people. As he had told us that he was not going there with, his words, them sellout niggas.
Don't fuck this up.
To their deities and to their gods like Moloch, and people are still worshiping this owl in California. So we know that people believe in human sacrifice, right? And then Snoop shows up covered in pentagrams.
Really can't believe that it's been 21 years since we actually got to hear from Tupac. No, not the one clip on YouTube, not the movie or the hologram. Tupac Amaru Shakur.
And then I was even telling Michael Carlin, you turn the volume all the way down and watch Snoop accept the award for Tupac, you would literally think that Snoop is there accepting the award for himself.
That's the impression I got with the volume turned all the way up, just to be honest with you. His best Tupac story is Tupac telling him how great he is.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden Pac would start telling me about some movie idea he had, about me being the main star. He was saying some shit I wasn't paying attention. He saw more potential in me than I saw in myself. And it's funny because after he passed away, I started getting a lot of movie roles. And I always felt that Pac was looking out for his nigga, even after he was gone.
And you're right, when Snoop gave the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame speech or what have you, and he was talking about Afeni hugging him and all that, that's the first time in 20 years I've ever heard that story. So Snoop's story has changed.
Right after I heard Tupac got shot, I immediately flew to Vegas and I walked in the room and I seen him laid out on the bed.
Called Suge, he like, yeah, they whoop the whoop, come on out here now. Drive out there.
I immediately flew to Vegas.
Drive out there.
I immediately flew to Vegas and I walked in the room and I seen him laid out on the bed with all kind of tubes and shit in him, and I was so weak I damn near fell over. And his mom came over to me and she grabbed me and she held me up and she said, baby, you got to be strong. And even in that moment, his mom was thinking more about me than herself.
You notice his story changes, but it's only after Afeni has already passed away, so that Afeni can't come out herself and say, no, you're full of shit.
I always want to ask you, what's the last time you saw Pac?
I see him in the bed, laid up, no words, no conversation. I see Jesse Jackson, his mama. His mama pulled me to the side. She make me feel like a real player. And she tell me, my baby loved you, and I love you. And I know I went there, I hollered at him for about 20 minutes, and I went in the bathroom, I fainted, I threw up, and I never got a chance to, you know, apologize, because me and my homie wasn't straight. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not even gonna be able to apologize to him, or even just to tell him, I feel you, I'm wrong or whatever.
The story never changed until Afeni passed away, and then all of a sudden Afeni came and hugged me, picked me up.
Yes, and it was like we were talking about earlier.
I'm not even gonna be able to apologize to him, or even just to tell him, I feel you, I'm wrong or whatever. I got backlash from Suge Knight, Tupac, and Death Row. And then was our last days hanging out before he got killed. So we ended on a kind of foul note. One thing about anything you do, sometimes sacrifices have to be made. And it's sad to say that their lives had to be sacrificed for hip-hop to become what it is today.
Or you follow what you hear, word of mouth, what you hear about the streets. If you hear about a lot of the artists, someone used to be on Death Row, someone on other labels, you might hear them getting caught with drugs, getting caught with a gun, stab somebody, do those type of crimes, they're not gonna come to prison. One of the reasons they're not gonna come to prison. Well, Snoop would never come. I mean, Snoop was on, you know, we beat a murder trial for him, but then he was on probation. Then he got caught with 2 ounces of marijuana. Then he got caught with guns. And each time it's nothing. They're not gonna violate him, because for the street guys know what I'm talking about. There's no puzzle. I mean, if you get a guy that constantly getting in trouble and never gonna come to prison, that's because he's an informant. He's a rat, a snitch. Yeah. You know, and they're more important to the police on the streets than in here.
Where's the road, man? You don't catch cold. Where's that road? Too cool to catch cold.
Okay, since it's under his elbow here.
Okay. Put down the logo, don't we?
Yes.
That's important.
Take that necklace away.
So I can see that. Put a little bit more coming up on the stomach, just so it looks like it's water, you know, kind of spreading out, you know.
Can you see him?
You can put some on his leg. Take that coil here, Jake. Take that thing.
It's alright, I got it, Steven.
You got enough there? Thanks, Good. Jake? Turn your watch on. Whenever you're ready to go, go for it. Yeah. Is this your bracelet? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Why do you constantly see Illuminati puppets in bathtubs? Tupac, Drake, Eminem, Nicki Minaj, Britney Spears, and many, many others have all been featured in bathtubs. So what is the Illuminati symbolism behind this? Now, the first thing we need to recognize is bath time is a very intimate moment. What we're actually seeing when these individuals are allowing themselves to be photographed in this way is the manifestation of them selling their souls. They are taking the very intimate things and making them public. This is a physical sign that they have really sold their soul and are willing to do anything for fame and fortune. But there is also very deep symbolism that we'll look at. But that's just surface level. This is bath time, and you're going to show this to millions of people, because in fact what we are seeing with them displaying the artist in a bathtub is them symbolizing the artist's willingness to submit to those sick satanic illuminists that are running the entertainment industry. And here, coincidentally, you have Britney Spears with a diamond over her left eye. But the left eye is very significant in the occult, esoteric, Illuminati symbolism, as well as her hands are conveniently placed here to make a 666. Shows she's literally in the Illuminati bathtub that gives her all this fame and fortune as long as she submits. Remember, this is a private, intimate moment that she is now displayed in this photograph. So it's basically like the Illuminati comes along and says, let us take your most innocent private things from you and we'll give you money in exchange for that. And that's the symbolism that you're seeing here. An artist is willing to sell their soul for fame and fortune to the satanic cults. Now keep in mind, artists like Britney Spears most oftentimes get given into the industry, into this cult, this powerful organization, by their parents. Now moving on, I'm just going to go through symbolism here to show you that this is just obvious. You have the black and white Masonic checkerboard floor. The black and white is because they believe in a Gnostic doctrine of non-duality, that good is bad and bad is good. So that is why you see Nicki Minaj, an Illuminati puppet in her purple bathtub. Her private moment in a video in front of everyone because she's sold out. She doesn't care. She'll do anything. She'll get into her birthday suit in bubbles and let you take a video of her or a picture and put it all across the world. That is what we're seeing here. We're seeing the manifestation of a willingness to do anything.
It's outside bravado. They school in the coupe with chrome chops on, maneuvering with Vato. 2002 Roscoe, city flooded with potholes. Thinking that they Dow Jones. To them boys in blue Gestapo, let a few shots go. Look, I wasn't gonna do this, but I had to. Book of Matthew, I'll be a young crook, nursing stab wound. Miss my eye, heavy, ain't heard from him since last June. I hire ruler earth, only man believe cash rule. Why they build schools like prison yards and what have you. Then to see the mark of the beast is chip tattooed. Skinny jeans got these niggas like Vidal Sassoon. Whites pulled up on our whole culture, did a jack move. Malachi York, the pedo, worshipped by Negro who don't read though, and fellowship on Domingo. Bro, we got the keys to the game, what's a cheat code? Peaceful 2019, call me Debo. Asking what they got on my 40 acres, my Lord and Savior. Burn this new Gomorrah to the floor, Shalom Jacob. They pulled the tribe of Gad with them forged court papers. Promises changed and short changes. Brothers never heard about the 13th tribe. No undercovers in the Taurus who they served 3 times. We at war, many die over personal pride. Deuteronomy, you bring a couple verses to mind. Seen youngest catch a sentence, sit 30 for pie. Spend stacks upon stacks for an attorney to lie. Rap about it on the record like this is the best of life. Still poison to a dope fiend chasing forever's height. Outside life.
See, what I don't understand is that these people constantly telling themselves it's not just a conspiracy theory or a crackpot idea. These people tell us in every song, on album covers, and all these videos that they sold to Satan. Now look at him, he's dying, because ours got a song about them dying and coming back to life. When Jay-Z blew up the car with Beyonce in it, same thing here. Satan comes as a crow. He lands on the chair, sits in the chair with the reptile eyes pointing the Illuminati triangle upward. The same way Pac was pointing the Illuminati triangle upward. He's about to start talking about he's about to pray. And look, Satan comes up to him. Reptile eyes, right? And this is when he closes his eyes and he basically makes him, he said, I'm gonna make your lifestyle rich, better than forever. Look right there, Israel. Did y'all catch that? You see they showed you subliminally that Lucifer is Caesar Borgia, this fake Christ. The fake Christ is the Antichrist. The fake Christ is the Antichrist. They just showed you. So he promises all these things. It shows him in the mansion now. He got his Jag. He's not worried about it. But boom, as soon as he's enjoying himself, Satan pops up again and tells him, "Hey, if you do wrong, I'm gonna come and take your soul." Which ain't gonna take his soul anyway. And then he's praying. He does a prayer to the Lord, quote unquote, with the upside down cross. Y'all tell me what y'all see, man.
It's gonna take a miracle, they say, for me to walk again, to talk again. But anyway, I get fronted some keys to get back on.
Now this is what I mean. When you see these actors, actresses, rap stars, all these black Boulé celebs, when they get this Hollywood star, that star is a star of Lucifer. That's the fallen star that they get, because that's who the powers that they sold out to. You don't get that star going against the system, or bringing truth to people. You get that star as it's a satanic crime. That's what it is. So when you see Dick Gregory and him and all these other people, now if they do it after the death, I can say it depends, because sometimes they kill people and they'll give them a star because they make more money off of dead artists and dead actors. Death sells. But when they're alive like this right here, and you heard what Dre said, it's the foundation that started everything. That's when they originally sold out all the way. The riches of this world. This is when they say, "Verily, you have your reward." This is your reward. Keep going.
Do you think that I'm pretty sure I've done. Do you think you've done songs with gay rappers?
Yeah, I think I've done songs with gay rappers.
You're pretty sure that.
I'm pretty sure that.
You don't have to name names. But
I'm pretty sure the football niggas is gay. The basketball niggas is gay. There's millions of gay people in the world. Yeah, girls too. Like they just, for some reason, once again, I'm not a fan of that shit either. I'm a fan of, I'm gay. The fuck? Like, 2011, you gotta hide that you're gay? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, be real. Like, I'm gay. What the fuck? If you gay, you gay. Like, that's your preference. Fuck it if the people don't like it.
In a field like hip hop, which is very, very
It's cool. It's the greatest. It's the greatest gay market in the world.
Do you think that there'll ever be an out of the closet gay rapper?
It's owned. The hip hop community is most likely owned by gay. To be honest with you.
But do you think there'll be an
They're owned by gay. I happen to think there's a gay mafia in hip hop.
Right.
Not rappers. The editorial presidents of magazines, sure. The PDs at radio stations, the people who give you award at award shows. This is the fucking gay mafia.
He ain't gotta be out in the streets like I do. He's telling our stories for us. So you're okay with him being gay? Gay? Who said he was gay? Nigga, is you crazy? Jake's delicious gay. You crazy. Come on, Riley, the song, the dance, do the homie. The homie dance ain't gay. I do the homie. That's not gay. You who thinks everything in the world is gay? Nigga, you gay. You gay. Y'all niggas are gay. Nigga, you gay. That's gay. Don't.
Yeah. Y'all know what time it is, don't you? Shit, y'all know I wasn't finna let that nigga breathe. Hey, my nigga, we gonna say your name today, eh, Buck? You got a goddamn fetish or something, don't you, nigga? You really gay. Man, you is really gay. Man, they got you on the camera, cuz. What's up with you? Cuz they got you on there, a punk sucking your dick. We need an explanation about this, man. Real niggas of the Nashville streets need an explanation about this nigga. They done got you 5, 6, 7 times this year. Now, somebody got to say something. And since I'm the president, Donald Trump, goddammit, I'm gonna say something to your monkey ass. We sick of you. Hello? Yes.
Check this out real quick. Let me go on and address this real fast real quick. Ain't shit gay about me. I ain't got a problem with no gay people. Whatever the fuck you niggas thought you seen on the tape, nigga, that ain't no motherfucking tape or no motherfucking punk sucking my dick. But for you bitch ass niggas or niggas, cook up in particular, nigga, since you wanna jump on the Instagram and play all these old gangsta ass roles like you that, bitch ass nigga, why don't you just pull up?
Faggot ass niggas. No way. It's like, ain't no money in this shit no more. Not in this lifetime, baby. But I tell you what. No way. Let me talk to y'all for a minute one more time. No way. That nigga mad at me cause I be getting it.
Get played like a poop butt. See, I'm from the street, so I know what's up on these silly games that's played by the women. I'm only happy when I'm going up in a
I'd like to bring back around to another mighty man who you and I have seen and heard of. Right. This is a great brother. He's done greatness, not only in the record industry, but recently the film industry. Right. Let's all give a round of applause for Ice Cube, the boy in the hood. Assalamu alaikum. I want to thank the Nation of Islam for letting me come up and say a couple of things. I want to thank Dr. Khalid Muhammad for letting me say a couple of things. Right. The reason I'm here is because, like the brother said, this man has touched my life. Right. He showed me what time it is. Right. He told me what my daddy should have told me. Right. I'm sick of begging. I'm sick of begging for the white man to put out my records. All right, come on, go ahead. I'm sick of begging for him to treat me equally. My father always taught me to always want to be equal. But once I learned who the devil was, I would never want to be equal to him.
That's right.
Natural born killer, nigga, you natural born God. Read, rich, got the nerve to say you rob. Hypocrite, I'm filling out your death certificate. Slinging bean pies and St. Ives in the same sentence. To the repentant, on the 16th of October, get some beats besides. And violate you, a Muslim drinking.
Black people who pretended to be close to me started running from me. Ice Cube started melting on me. These Negroes who play hard pretend they're gangsters. But when the real gangster, the cracker, comes on the scene, they punk out. Scared to do an album with me now. Scared of what the white folks gonna say. What the Jews gonna say. On this video, some of you seen it on TV, the new one that just came out with Scarface. He say something about put my gat in your mouth or my gun in your mouth and make you vomit. I'm down with Khalid Abdul Muhammad.
I attack and make you vomit. Down with Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Do we got a brother? I'm McNair. I'm the illest. Wanna kill this?
But when it's time to be down with Khalid Muhammad, shot in both legs, assassination attempt against his life, ain't no goddamn Ice Cube nowhere to be found. He's melting somewhere on the sidelines. Punk.
It's the Maharaji, my niggas kamikaze, Illuminati, it's hoes in they body. I got lyrics that wake up spirit. They show me how to make big hits and straight digits. Can you dig it? You fail, you dead. See red, my leg, go ahead, I play like the shit.
Ice Cube was a great kid, just a nice kid.
So Ice Cube wasn't gangbanging at all.
No.
Was it a little weird hearing about all this gangbanging stuff from someone that doesn't gangbang at all?
Fucked me up.
Yeah.
The fuck who? I'm like, you got to be bullshit.
Like songs like Gangster. Like I thought Ice Cube was the most gangster motherfucker on the planet.
You know what?
I thought Ice Cube come in here and kill everybody. You know what I mean?
He's a great actor.
That's what it is?
He's a great actor.
You are very good at seeming angry. I don't know if you are angry in general, but in the movies, in 21 and 22 Jump Street, you're disgusted with...
I mean, Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum, wouldn't they piss you off? Lavender body wash make my pores tingle.
So you're still keeping up with your music, aren't you?
Oh,
You've got
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
going on. Tell us about that. And it's hardcore gangster rap, isn't it?
You know, we gotta keep it gangster now. You know
But
what
you're
I mean?
not a gangster.
Of course I am.
You guys really, no, you're
But a
married?
businessman, though.
Oh, okay.
But,
Married 20
you know,
years. Married 20 years.
Yeah,
You're like
yeah.
the family guy in the suburbs now.
Come on now, you know. John Gotti had a family. Why can't I?
and you won your own.
know my favorite rapper was when I was your age? Ice Cube.
The dude that makes family movies? He was a gangster rapper?
He was so gangster. I used to have dreams that Ice Cube came to my house and killed my whole family.
And these hoes love me like Satan, man. And these hoes love me like Satan, man. These artists think they're having fun worshiping Satan. Lil Wayne shows proudly that he's demonically possessed. What these artists don't know is that Satan is actually making a mockery of them. In this video, Lil Wayne is shown with bugs crawling on his face. In hell, there will be bugs and worms crawling inside of the souls in hell who did not accept Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior as part of their torture. On earth, when a person dies, the worms consume the body, eating the flesh until there is no more, and afterwards the worms die. In hell, the worms never die. It is better for thee to enter into life maimed than having two hands to go into hell, into the fire that shall never be quenched, where the worm dieth not and the fire is not quenched. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. The worm shall feed sweetly on him. To all those that think hell is a big party, think again. This video also shows women who represent demons of different types. The women in these cages are demons of lust. Some may be known as succubus. These are demons of sexual perversion, immorality, and homosexuality. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived. Neither fornicators, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor drunkards, nor revelers shall not inherit the kingdom of God. Flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body, but he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body. This song also glorifies alcohol and drugs. I'm on that good cushion alcohol. But the Bible says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Didn't go to work. So he said, listen, man, find me a worker. I'll pay him $500 a week. 8-hour shift, 3 8-hour shifts. I pay all three on $500 a week. And I was like, damn, I'm making $200 a week. So in my mind, I said, this is the smart thing to do is make the $500 a week. I sit here all day. I sit here like 14 hours with him all day anyway. This the guy be around all day, every day. So I said, fuck that. I said, listen, man, give me the job. And mind you, I'm as big because he looked up to me. I'm fighting. You know what I mean? So that wasn't an issue. And then I got little cousins and little brother who was already just shooting people. You understand what I'm saying? So making that much money. It wasn't just me. It was the guy that I brought to the neighborhood. It was his. He made so much money. His brother got killed. His father got killed. And he just was like, man, I'm done with it. Man, I said, let me have it. And he made like a way where he still could make some money. Just let me have it. And I'm not saying it was easy. I'm not saying, I didn't start it.
This is really unfortunate. ARAB was arrested yesterday on federal charges. There's an indictment. 9 members of North Philadelphia Drug Trafficking Organization. They're trying to say OBH is a drug trafficking organization now. We don't know if this is true or not, but you know they built a case against ARAB. Free ARAB, man. OBH, some of the realest dudes in Philly, part of there. But here's the details. This indictment that was unsealed, charging 9 members of a drug trafficking organization with multiple counts related to the distribution of large quantities of drugs in North Philadelphia, including cocaine, crack, methamphetamine, and heroin. Okay, so heroin, I should say. They got, these are the people that got arrested. ARAB, Kaz, OG, Bug, Taz, Mullahs, Shadi, and No Breaks, Bras, and Dennis.
A slave to the syrup and my guide was a perk. Dome crack house on the corner was our church. AK rifles in the hands of my disciples. Digital skills, I'ma read it like the
I'm feeling bad, so nervous.
question is great, and you're amazing. And just from woman to woman, from hip hop, from yeah, how you feeling? I feeling great. I feel nervous, a little bit overwhelmed. I feel a little shaky. I don't know what's wrong with me. No, it's good. No, it's good. It's good. It's good. You go. It's good. The question is great, and you're amazing. And just from woman to woman.
Like, you could really buy these niggas loyalty. I'm Brim. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hat girl. I've been jacking Brim since I was fucking 16. And I took an oath when I was 16. And loyalty means so much to me. And loyalty should mean so much to anybody. Because let's say if the devil comes to you, right? And so I'll give you $100 million. But I want you to turn your back on God. Would you turn your back on God, or would you take that $100 million? Me personally, I would turn that $100 million, because loyalty to my God, loyalty to my people, loyalty is so important to me. But evidently, it's not loyal. Ain't no loyalty to these niggas. These niggas, a bitch with a bigger clout, or a nigga with a bigger clout, bump through your way and they dick get hard or they pussy get wet. Like, this industry that I'm in is so fake. And you want to know something? When I used to be a regular bitch from the Bronx, a hood bitch, when somebody used to be fake to me, it was cool because I could approach a bitch and punch her right in her closure. Or like, if a nigga had beef with me, I could send my niggas and pop them. But now that I'm in the industry, you don't work like that. You just gotta like fucking watch it go. Like, you gotta see people play you and you just say nothing like a dick. And that shit is so whack, my nigga. Like, that shit really be breaking my heart, because the people, the idols, your idols dead ass become rivals. And that shit is so whack, because it's like, damn, my nigga, why the fuck it gotta be like that, my nigga? That shit is some whack shit, my nigga. Like, bitch, I used to look up to you, bitch. Damn, nigga, I used to look up to you, but y'all some whack ass niggas. All y'all niggas is whack. All y'all niggas is fucking. Y'all niggas is like fake. Y'all niggas ain't about that life. Y'all niggas ain't real. Y'all niggas is some whack niggas, bro. Like, now that I'm here, now that I'm considered a musician, it's so crazy how these bitches and these niggas that I looked up to, they trying to crush my mic. And these are people that I used to look up to, used to listen to their record, used to be like, damn, I wish I could make a song with him and her. Damn, I wish I could make a song with her. I wish I could make a song with him. Yo, they album is so fire. It's the same people that now that I'm in the industry is dead ass try to crush my mic. And that's some whack shit, my nigga. That's some real whack shit. Like, I'm so highly disappointed and hurt. I'm so hurt that the niggas that you fucking lay down with, they not even the niggas that you could even talk to. They the niggas, they your ops, my nigga.
Jay-Z has a strange aura surrounding him. His signs and symbols in his music videos and album art, as well as questionable lyrics in his music, has made him a target for conspiracy theorists. A lot of people get it confused and say Jay-Z is a part of the Illuminati when he is just a puppet for the elite. Jay-Z, with two other co-founders, started up Rockefeller Records back in 1996, named after the Rockefeller family. The Rockefellers, along with the Rothschilds, are considered some of the most greedy and wicked dynasties in recent history. And it seems odd that three young black men with a background in drug dealing would name their company after such families. Jay-Z began using a hand sign which is known as the Rock sign or Dynasty sign to represent his company. But many have questioned the actual use of this sign and its occult and symbolic meaning. We can see that the Rock sign began with the Jewish high priests, which is called the Kohanim hands. This sign is also used in occult rituals.
What you're seeing here is an entrance circumambulation into the OTA temple. The members are coming in and preparing to receive the opening charges, which they'll be receiving as they open the lodge. Now here is the high priestess opening the temple.
Because there's a bunch of devil worshippers in Hollywood. Hollywood, and there's a lot of black folks too. And they be throwing up them signs. You see them, this, that, all of them. Watch the rappers, watch them folks. It's scary. It's very scary. That devil is real.
Jay-Z had a song on his first album called The Evils, in which he says he never prayed to God, but instead prayed to the gangster John Gotti, a guy that hated black people.
Used to say fuck my skills. I never prayed to God, I prayed to God. That's right, it's wicked. That's life. I live it, ain't asking for forgiveness for my sins.
The chorus was made up of two songs, which DJ Premier scratched over the beat with. These two songs were Snoop Dogg's Murder Was the Case, a song where Snoop Dogg details a Faustian bargain he made with the devil, and the second song, Who Shot Ya by LL Cool J, using Prodigy's verse, in which he speaks on the Illuminati. Jay-Z personally asked the producer of the track, DJ Premier, to use both of these songs in this particular way.
Jay-Z fought me once and never did it again when we were working on Reasonable Doubt on The Evils. And he gave me the whole concept, did the rhyme over the phone, told me what scratches to use, and it was dope. Even when I saw Center Stage, he said his most sacred songs was The Evils, and he named like maybe 4 or 5 other ones. But to say that, you know, after, you know, the status he's at now, they said that either those are his most personal, cherished songs, and he said Reasonable Doubt is his baby.
Six. Star 6. For it. 6. He is showing his allegiance to Satan. Album cover.
It's a little evil, you know, and the video really reflects that, and it's the struggle between the purities of my past life and, you know, what this new life has to offer.
Obviously, all y'all motherfuckers going to hell right with me. So, let's get it. Oh, you already here. I'm so sorry. You can't get out. You're stuck. It's over. You heard the song a million times and you didn't even know. That's up. But I still love you anyway, though. It's okay. It's whatever. You still love me? You do? That's why I love you, because you don't judge me. I love you. I sold my soul for you. Now figure that out. Tell me that I sold my soul for you. For all you motherfuckers on here that's asking me that I sell my soul, why the f y'all on here if y'all think I sold my soul? Y'all coming right with me, you dummies. I was supposed to be evil. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's daytime outside. Shit hurt my skin. Keep burning my appearances. I ain't even supposed to be out here.
Alright, y'all. I'm finna sell my soul. I'm gonna hit y'all when I'm through. I'm gonna be rich as hell. Alright?
I told him, bro, man, he trying to sell his soul, man. Look, dude, sell his soul. It ain't take too long, Illuminati, man.
What'd you say, Coop?
Worst thing comes to worst, I die a tragic death or something, and I'm not able to see out my dreams. I at least want to know that the kids perceived my message and were able to make something of themselves and able to take my message and use it and turn it into something positive and to at least have a good life. I at least, if I'm gonna die or ever be a sacrifice, I want to make sure that my life made at least 5 million kids happy.
All of you fuckers. Fear will be plentiful, death will be bountiful. I will spare none of you peasants. Fuck your religion, your pacificism got sent to a prison in PC. I see, I know who they're all in the presence of. I am a murderer. I am a demon, the son of a serpent. I know who they're all in the presence of. I am a murderer. I am a demon, the son of a serpent. I know who they're all in the presence of. I am a murderer. I am a demon, the son of a serpent.
Fucked you, we seen it, no binoculars. Passed you the 50, he was finger popping you. So you gonna tell me when you was staying with Pop, and I came over there and used the bathroom, you wasn't a dildo on the sink? Ask you what the fuck is going on, man?
Ask you about this other allegation on your dinner time that was like, whoa,
right.
Did you really see a dildo
that's word
in the bathroom?
My son could stop breathing right now.
Now
on his life, on my son's life, could stop breathing right now. Puff had a brown, and that's no disrespect to Puff. Puff wasn't there, so I don't know. Just telling you, Puff had a brownstone, I believe, on 35th Street and like Park Avenue between it's some brownstones down there. I believe 35th or 36th. And Mace was staying there. And I went to go meet him down there one day so we could bust a move. This is when he just signed with Bad Boy. He didn't even have an album out yet. He was just getting signed. And I went to use a bathroom, and it was a dildo on the bathroom sink. And when I came out, I asked him what's about. He like, that's homeboy's joint. You know, I don't know what it's about. He always have girls over here, but I don't know. I said, well, this on your sink. This is your bathroom. You're using this bathroom. I don't know where his bathroom at. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's word to my son, cause stop breathing. I swear
But you
to
know
God.
what? Guys use dildos on girls sometimes.
That's true.
We seen some.
But he said, I'm not saying he didn't.
Right.
I'm
You just seen it
telling
on
you
the
what I
chick. It was
seen.
just awkward.
I'm not saying that
Right.
that it was for either one of their personal use. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Actor Jason Dotley has accused the television producer and music manager Benny Medina of attempted rape. Medina is best known for managing the careers of Jennifer Lopez, Mariah Carey, and Will Smith. According to the accusation, The Advocate reports Medina sexually assaulted Dotley while giving him a tour of his home. In an interview with the publication, Dotley recounts the story, which began when he met Medina in a West Hollywood bar in December 2008. Dotley was with a friend, fellow actor T. Ashanti Moselle. Medina approached them and eventually invited them to his house. Dotley was married at the time to TV writer Del Shores. At the house while giving a tour, then attacked Dotley in his bedroom. Sexual aggression was interrupted by Ashanti.
Accusations against Will Smith, saying that his first marriage ended after his wife walked in on him with a man. Arquette claims the reason Smith and his first wife Cherie Zampino split was because he was having an affair with Hollywood manager Benny Medina. She then goes on to say that Cherie was paid off. Arquette also goes on to claim that Jada, Smith's wife, is a lesbian and that Smith is a beard. The weird rant posted on Facebook suggested that Alexis was offended by their call to boycott the Oscars and they were being hypocrites as they weren't being true to themselves. The post has now been removed from the social media site. All a bit weird.
Passing of one member of a powerful Hollywood acting family.
Talking about actress and transgender activist Alexis Arquette, sister of David Arquette and Patricia as well, has died at the age of 47. Her brother Richmond broke the news on Facebook, but said only that she died after a long fight with an illness. Didn't reveal the exact cause of death.
See, I was up for that Fresh Prince role, right? Benny Medina was my record head, record company head. I was up for the Fresh Prince role. But how I fucked that up is because I told Benny Medina straight to his face, "You're a fucking faggot." I told that nigga straight to his face. And right now I'm in Midtown with all these fucking homos right here, faggot ass motherfuckers. I fucked up that right there when I told Benny Medina to his face, "You're a faggot." You know what I'm saying? And then look what happens with Fresh Prince. He's in their fold. Next thing you know, he's doing fucking 6 degrees of separation. I could have never did that movie. Will is my man in the whole nine, but I could never see myself doing that. Yeah, you a $20 million making man right now, but what part of your soul did you sell?
Scoop-dee-dee whoop. Whoop-dee-scoop-dee whoop. Whoop-dee-scoop-dee scoop-dee whoop. Whoop-dee scoop whoop whoop.
Hey, run it back. It's new kind of
shit Trump does, I don't agree with.
What half do you agree with? Let's get that out.
Just the ability to do what no one said you could do. To do the impossible is the most inspiring thing to me.
Kanye, you want to do this right now?
We on air?
Yeah, we on the air.
Yeah, man, I just called to say I love you.
You're breaking up. I love you too, man.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I love you.
Love you too, man. Are you leading with love? Is that what we're doing today?
I love you, bro.
Love you too, Kanye.
There's a moment.
You want me to put you on hold? Talk to you privately?
Nah, man, I'm just going to say I love you.
Love you too, man. Anything else?
No, I just called to say
yeah.
I love you.
It's a great song.
Yo, how's that mix coming? Can we talk about the music?
I love you.
Love you too. I love you too, Kanye. Your
We meet
signals.
up in person, then we talk afterwards.
You said
I love you.
do what?
We should meet up in person, and then we could talk on the radio afterwards. But I just wanted to call to say I love you.
Yes. Let's do a face to face. I love you too.
All right.
Bye, Kanye.
Good night.
Went to his house. I was gonna go back last week, but we couldn't get together. He had some other stuff he had to do. But I've been to his house, sat down with him for about 6-7 hours, and just walking through his health and recovery. His memory's coming back. Yeah, his memory's coming back, which is super good. And just healing. Spending time with his family. Saint is getting big, and he's walking and playing with toys. So, that invigorates him.
Do you think is he working on anything right now, or just taking?
Not working. Just going through processes.
Why does Kanye only talk to people and talk to the public when he wants to sell something?
Because he's a selfish fuck.
Right. So it's just time we just gotta move on from Kanye, honestly. Appreciate what he's done in the past, his music, whatever, but where he's at right now, this is somebody totally different. This is a whole different person.
Well, no, I don't know if it's a different Kanye. I think it's just a different environment. He's literally in a bubble and has no idea what the is going on in the world.
Can we stop saying
No,
that?
see, I think it's the total opposite. I think Kanye
it's not an excuse. I
think he knows exactly what's going on.
Roy, you're
And that's
a
the
huge
problem I
Kanye fan. Self-centered, self-absorbed,
right,
self-obsessed,
right,
selfish, all the selves except for self-aware.
Yeah. Kanye is infatuated with wealthy white men. Anybody that Kanye has ever said, I'm the new, it's always been a wealthy white man or a successful white man.
I'm standing up and I'm telling you, I am Warhol. I am the #1 most impactful artist of our generation. I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google.
Just told you who I thought I was. A god. I just told you. That's who I think I am. massage. Hurry up with my damn menage. Get the Porsche out the damn garage.
With the breach of 3 levees protecting New Orleans, the landscape of the city has changed dramatically, tragically, and perhaps irreversibly. There's now over 25 feet of water where there was once city streets and thriving neighborhoods.
I hate the way they portray us in the media. If you see a black family, it says they're looting. See a white family, it says they're looking for food. And you know it's been 5 days because most of the people are black. And even for me to complain about, I would be a hypocrite because I've tried to turn away from the TV because it's too hard to watch. I've even been shopping before even giving a donation. So now I'm calling my business manager right now to see what is the biggest amount I can give, and just to imagine if I was down there, and those are my people down there. So anybody out there that wants to do anything that we can help with the setup, the way America is set up to help the poor, the black people, the less well off as slow as possible. I mean, this is Red Cross is doing everything they can. We already realize a lot of the people that could help are at war right now, fighting another way, and they've given them permission to go down and shoot us.
And subtle, but in even many ways more profoundly devastating, is the lasting damage to the survivors' will to rebuild and remain in the area. The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Please call.
In the past few days, thing called classism. It's racism's cousin. This is what we do to hold people back. This is what we do. And we got this other thing that's also been working for a long time where you don't have to be racist anymore. It's called self-hate. It works on itself. It's like real estate of racism. Where just like that, when someone comes up and says something like, I am a god, everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god. I just told you. That's who I think I am. Would it have been better if I had a song that said, I am a nigga? Or if I had a song that said, I'm a gangster? Or if I had a song that said, I am a pimp? All those.
Okay, great, cool.
I'm here and I'm ready to go.
Kanye West, wonderful artist.
Yeah.
Probably to me one of the most talented people in the business.
And he's a friend.
And he's a friend.
And he's a friend of mine. He's a good friend of mine.
Because he made that Jesus Walks. And
I'm mad at that. I'm mad at Jesus for not giving me that joint.
Yeah, I know you wanted that song.
I'm mad at Jesus for not giving me that joint. I was like, Jesus, I've been walking with you. Your boy been walking with you for a minute. You could have let me have that record, son. We on our ultralight beam. This is a God dream. We on our ultralight beam. This is a God dream. This is a God dream. This is everything. Somewhere I can feel. I'm trying to keep my faith. Father, this prayer's for everybody that feels like giving up. This prayer's for everybody that feels like they're not good enough. For everybody that said I'm sorry too many times. Jesus, that's why I'm glad you came to give us eternal life. I'm so glad about it. And this world is looking for. God, please keep my little brother.
All right, I'll be
keluar. Lain commander. Awak ambil mun keluar. Lain commander.
Ini que me mostraba también. It's worth it.
Please, come on. Leven aí o caballo.
I'm sure Kanye West.com right now. Title streaming right now.
Music now, like I tell people, like music now, what they did was they flipped it on us. They turned music into crack. So what crack did in the 80s was like it made a lot of people rich, but the damage it did is far more greater. So what they doing with music now is like, here, crack in the 80s. We gonna fuck up their whole generations to come because we gonna dumb them down. We're here. It's gonna make them feel good now, and it's gonna make a few of y'all. It's gonna make a few of y'all rich.
But the majority of y'all gonna be fucked up.
It's gonna fuck up y'all generation. So that's what it is. It's crack in the 80s. You know what I mean? And it's like none of them is like ain't nobody really standing up for it. Like
that's what I'm saying. What, in your opinion, what do we do? Because I be going on.
We gotta start holding people accountable.
That not only that, and we gotta stop fucking saying that. Yeah, fight the power. Give me that bag, and I'll leave that shit alone. Because that's what I be seeing a lot.
No,
of dudes do.
But that's what's gonna happen though. When people start, they gonna be like, yo, we gonna have to silence Doggy.
They already listen.
But that's what I'm listen.
They already trying.
But that's what I'm trying. But that's what was happening. Like, I'm not with it. When they, you know what I mean? Like what they do is this is what they do. Like, and they know. What they do with the artists is easy. They send the stylist at them first.
Yeah.
And if the stylist report back and be like, oh, he ready, then they invite.
Did you miss the 2018 D-Free National Homecoming Conference? It was all things elevation, liberation.
They invite you to the party. And that's when they be like, yo, look, when you go in here, it's going to be some... You know what I mean? It's a nigga at the door.
Okay, now look, what Ali Bays is doing to you right now, he's giving you the game of how these niggas be getting turned the fuck out in this shit.
Like
they try to put this tight ass shirt on you.
That's what they do.
And if you wear the shirt,
they like, oh, he ready.
He with it.
That's you telling them like, yeah, I'm ready. And then next thing you know, you get invited to the party where the greeting is the man squeezing your dick.
Whoa!
I'm telling you.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm telling them like, yo, son, like it's so crazy because I always tell them, like my cousins would be like, yo, son, like you that guy, like why you? I'm like, bro, I don't want it that bad.
So all right, let's keep it a buck. Did you actually see niggas get twisted to the other side?
You go to that, you go to that party. Like if you ain't turning around and you see everybody, you seeing everybody walk through the joint. I mean the thuggish niggas. You see them walking, you like, and you in the parking lot, like on your way out, like, yo, son, that shit crazy.
Yeah.
And they like, oh, I know.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Like, yo, nah, that's just some wild shit.
You know what
I'm just
saying?
gonna go check it out.
That's like what I'm trying to tell you. Was like we coming down the hill, like yo, bro, like yo, this is facts. Like for years, like so my cousins used to be like, yo, man, like. So then what happened was, you know what I mean, my cousin Sherm, you know what I mean, my cousin Trafal, you know what I mean, like, I mean he was.
Sherm is your cousin?
Yeah, Sherm. You know Sherm?
Sherm the what?
I'm talking about basketball Sherm.
Oh no, I was talking about the Queensbridge dude.
Nah, he not from Queens. No,
Okay, yeah.
But I'm like, yo. But I was telling him, like, yo. He like, yo, Veg. Whatever he started doing his. You know what I mean, he started doing like, you know, modeling, whatever. I mean, he was Macy's everything. He rocking that. You know what I mean? He rocking. He got everything. Macy's. I mean, boom. He about to be the next Tyson Bedford. Like lined up, like contracts lined up. Boom. The next matter of fact, he had about like boom. He had a $6 million contract. You know what I mean? Like for do the Law and Orders. You know what I mean? Boom, Law and Orders and all that. So the night before that, the day before you signed the contract, they was going to celebrate. Like, yo, Tyson.
Come to one of them parties.
Tyson, I'm like, yo, we're going to.
Old white men is running this rap shit. Corporate force is running this rap shit. Some tall Israeli is running this rap shit. We poke out our asses for a chance to cash in. Cocaine is running this rap shit. Joe Yak and E-Pills is running this rap shit. This rap shit. Quasi-homosexuals is running this rap shit. What yo? We run the world.
Hold up, this is the Drink Champs, the #1 podcast in the business, and right now we're talking to, hands down, the most important man, in my opinion, in the whole music game. He's a mogul. He's been doing this. He personally signed me and taught me how to be a man with money. Right now, we got Leon Combs on the line. Let's make some noise! Yo, Leo, I gotta big you up off top, man.
Well, I want to address the comment you made about mogul. I don't consider myself a mogul. Myself a servant. I prefer if you could replace mogul with humble servant.
My beef was with Lior because I think he's a fake CEO and I think he's fronting on my culture, but he can't front on anybody else. And I'm calling him out publicly and I want him to stop trying to rape my culture, go make some money with some other people. They have people that their job is to create beef so that they can monetize it, but they don't let their culture feel it, but they make money from it and they can't make any money or get any respect in their culture. That's why they're in our culture. It is what it is. It's a perfect example of what they always do to us. They always try to, offer some paper bag of money or whatever it is, whatever selfish agenda, which is the test, and then have us divide so they can benefit and take the fight off of them and put the focus on them. Never had a beef with Jay. Always with Lior and his whole crew. He's the one that ruined Rockefeller. I think it's fair to continuously make money off our culture, not make money off your own culture, not use any of your money to help our culture, but use the money you make from us to help your own culture, and then not to give the respect to the people that are the DNA of. Call Kevin Lowndes.
I don't think I've ever seen a Leo Cohen interview.
Exactly. Of course you don't see. Of course you don't see the puppet master. I don't like who he empowers and the way he empowers them. I didn't like when he hired Todd Moskowitz to run Asylum. I didn't think Todd, as a lawyer, knew anything about music. It just seemed like complete nepotism, and he was using other people's money. He got a job because of nepotism. Ask them why they got their jobs. That's what I want to see. How did Joey get the job president of Urban, and what does that mean? I need to see credentials. And I have to worry about being manipulated by somebody that's smiling, pretending that he's with you, but he's robbing you. Because when they rob you, they don't come as an enemy, they come as a friend. But I've been to these Jewish events, and I have nothing against Jewish, where I've seen him make Jay-Z give speeches. And I've been like, well, I don't understand why that doesn't happen in my culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell you right now, stay clear of Lior. He will rob you. He will ruin you for the money. And when you're with him, you look like a slave, because that's how he looks at you. Trust me on that.
All right, welcome back. This is Hanukkah Radio, and we have a special guest calling in today, a luminary in our business and a proud Jew, Lior Cohen, ladies and gentlemen.
Clap it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Lior,
thank you. I'm so thrilled and honored to be asked to do your radio station, especially on the last day of Hanukkah. L'chaim. Shalom.
We are honored to have you.
How could I help you?
Well, Lior, this one of the things we do here is we don't necessarily get too religious and talk about Hanukkah and what it stands for, although, we have gotten into that in the past, but it's more of a celebration of, Judaism and hip-hop, since we are a hip-hop station, and that's what we do, and your roots are definitely in hip-hop.
Jewish people have always been involved in urban cultural arts, all the way back to the early beginnings of jazz music. It's just something that's always happened.
Right.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing that I was lucky enough to be part of this industry, and it was a blessing that people treated me inside and out with so much respect.
You get criticized a lot, from other execs and people like Dame Dash that call you a culture vulture, that you haven't done things. Does that bother you, or How do you feel about that? No, it actually doesn't bother me. It would bother me if it came from a credible source. And if it's a credible source, then we could have a conversation and actually have a discussion, because if someone thinks something about me that I may have done to offend them or hurt them or do something that they misunderstand, then we'll have a dialogue. And then we'll communicate and get to an understanding and move on, or not.
Right.
But I can't give any light to that. It's a clown right now.
Certain organizations, Illuminati being the umbrella, secret societies and sub-secret societies, all of them have rituals. I equated some of those rituals with what was going on in the music industry. How does a person come from having a little bit of talent to being a multi-millionaire overnight with no talent? You must know someone. So it's not what you know, it's who you know. So I started naming the names and going through the rituals that they were going through in order to bind them to these people. So I pulled some rituals from Skull and Bones Secret Society, from the OTO, from other secret societies and other rituals. And I started equating it to what was going on in the music industry. And there's a homosexual ritual that goes on in certain secret societies. I said that's the same thing that's going on in the music industry. And I was correct, because later on, people started admitting what was going on, i.e., Cat Williams admitted what was going on at the mansion parties. DMX started talking about what was going on. Tupac, Michael Jackson, I can call a roll. So Professor Grip was absolutely 1,000% correct. Homosexual acts were going on, and this is how people were getting deals, keeping deals, getting put on, the whole bit. Now, these rappers brag about sucking dick and doing whatever the fuck they do to get these deals.
He set up sex rings in Hollywood. And the people that he brought in, if y'all tell me if I'm lying, Quincy Jones brought in Fresh Prince. And his first movie was what? 6 Degrees of Separation. I'll get some dude in that on a movie. Am I right or wrong? He brought in Queen Latifah.
Set it off.
Queen Latifah set it off, licking and kissing on women. Are you following me? Yes. Kevin Campbell, working with the DeBarge family. And last but not least, when Tupac came to Hollywood, it was the homosexual ritual. This is where the homosexuals came out against it, but I didn't mind. I wasn't talking about homosexuals. I'm saying there's a homosexual ritual that they go through in the Illuminati secret societies. And it is. In Skull and Bones, they're made to lay in a coffin and masturbate and tell all their sexual secrets. So when I mentioned that about it marrying itself on to hip-hop, they said, well, can you prove it? Yeah. Go back and go online and read where Tupac said he was asked by Quincy Jones to fuck him in the ass. When Tupac said no, that's when Tupac was marked for death. Why? Because Tupac was engaged to Quincy Jones's daughter. Quincy Jones's daughter was best friend was Aaliyah. Aaliyah was engaged to Dame Dash. Now, if y'all follow these people back, all of them either died or was brought to ruin. Dame Dash broke, he had to go back to Jay-Z. Tupac dead, Aaliyah dead. Now, I don't know if y'all gonna go for this one, but now, probably for the last, 8 years, 10 years, Viagra's been on the market. Cialis and all these other blue pills. Okay, so now 70-year-old men taking the pill. It's hard all damn day, and they ain't picking on those 70-year-old white women. Y'all know that. They're coming after you. Predators in the hood. And we don't have no defense force to defend them. Are you following? But yet, rappers are taking the pill, and who they coming after? Each other. You seen the Boondocks when they talking about homies over hoes. You know what I'm talking about. Do the homie. Are you following me? Gangstalicious and these kind of people and these kind of scenes taking place. So the brothers were coming after one another. Are you following me? And it made it very popular now and fashionable in hip-hop now to be bisexual. I call them trisexuals. They sleep with men, women, toys, animals, and a few other things.
Now we'll go to the callers now, and we've got a caller from South America. It's Cold Cree. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I put my name down as Cold Cree for Culture Creator.
Yeah.
I do want to say, number one, it's a pleasure to talk to you, Alan. I've listened to you for a while. I've been in the culture creation business for over 15 years.
Yeah.
And as an effort to help to educate people, I'm not here to be a whistleblower. I still do have the understanding that the public is the public, and many of them are so far gone, but there's just a few points that I want to bring to the forefront for those who not only are awake to some degree and are still trying to help other people see, but also for those who, have no ammunition. They don't have any type of history being a person maybe who worked on the inside of a type of industry, such as the entertainment business, who knows things, that happen, and we don't discuss these things. When you're an insider, you don't discuss these things. You just do what you do and you keep it moving. There's something I wanted to bring to the forefront with a number of artists. You can find a new video on YouTube called Universal Mind Control. The artist's name is Common Sense. This is in the hip-hop genre. And Pharrell, both very big artists. And if you look at the video, you will see Pharrell dressed in a head. Now, part of what you've been discussing, and part of what anyone who's involved in this business already knows, because we do get our information from certain sources, there is a blending, there's a dehumanization of humans, and there is a humanization of machines.
Yeah, that's
right. Even when you look at the Transformers, the movie when it came out, people don't even see the fact that you have this robot talking to you, expressing feelings, having emotion, and people just sit there like, oh, this is so nice, look at the special effects, and don't even realize they're being predictably programmed. It's such a simple thing, and now within the music, you have an individual, and I'm saying names here because I know what it is, and I have no problem in saying this stuff. There's a gentleman there by the name of T-Pain. He uses a voice box called Auto-Tune, and it takes his voice and it moves it to give it some sort of synthesized sound, which actually takes a human voice and makes it sound more robotic. Yeah. Where on the other side, as I said, in the movies, you can see the robots are becoming more humanized. And in the process of this happening, it's a dialectic that is going to end up in a synthesis. Okay?
Oh, absolutely. I've got articles here right now, in fact, on that very agenda from the future society, the complete merging with humans and robots, until you can't tell which one is which anymore.
Which one is which, exactly. Yeah. And they're starting that by pushing it within the music.
What age group would you say it's aimed at?
Well, I'll tell you now, Alan, 14 all the way up to your 35ers. The music business is completely fraternal, okay? Yeah. It's completely fraternal. There is no one that has not made it somewhere that is high level, that is not involved in some way, shape, or form in a fraternal order. Now, that may be tied to Freemasonry or not, and I'm saying this to the public. I'm not saying this to you, Alan, because you probably already know. People, if you look at Jay-Z, when he throws up what he says is the diamond or the rock symbol, and you see that it is the shape of a triangle, okay? Yeah. That is not a diamond symbol. That is, to the profane, as they would say, a diamond symbol. But he can get a concert and have 25,000 people throw up this rock signal, and you're looking at it thinking, oh, it's just a joke. But when he plays at Glastonbury on a stage that is a pyramid, basically, okay, when this gentleman says certain things in his music like, I'm so illuminated, I may glow in the dark, and then his understudy, Kanye West, turns around and takes, if you also look at photos, there's a photo of him and Jay-Z, and actually if you look at the handshake that he gets, he has the apprentice grip. that a mason would give to an apprentice. Jay-Z gave to Kanye because Kanye had not made it yet to the next levels.
Yeah.
But in front of the millions of people, he'll do these things and no one sees it. And Kanye comes out with a tour called Glow in the Dark Tour. Now, stated before the verse in one of Jay-Z's songs was, I am so illuminated, I may glow in the dark. And now his understudy comes in with a tour called Glow in the Dark Tour. It is completely esoteric.
Yeah.
It is completely a play on words that people have no idea. He plays a part where he's interacting with a computer in his tour. And I'm talking about people that I know personally, so I'm not saying these things just out of the air. I'm not coming up with this.
Yeah.
This
I've met lots of them too. Yeah.
Yes.
And most of them do belong to the OTO. They're everyone in the business knows that it's almost mandatory to join it, and you will be asked to join. And they flash their signals all over their album covers all the time.
Yes, yes. It's in their signal, it's in their covers, it's in the music videos. Look at the backgrounds of many of the music videos. There's a video out with Pharrell and Snoop. There's a point where there's the bottom part of the Masonic compass and square. The square is on one side of the screen and the compass is on the other side. And if you know anything about just visual angles, you can see if you put those two together, which once again is the yin and the yang, it's the female and the male, it's the phallus and the other female portion, and those two artists being together creates the union. And it is so plain, I can only say to people who are awake. And for those who are, please not only pay attention to this stuff, but understand that these artists, many of them, are put in positions, okay, where they have no choice. I don't want people to think that all the time that the artist always knows what he's doing. At times, these people have been just like highway robbery. When a police officer pulls you over, it is basically they're extorted, okay? They're extorted. Many artists, they'll come up with a drug charge or a gun charge all of a sudden. As a matter of fact, another guy just recently came out with an album called Paper Trail. His name is T.I. And if you listen to a song he did with Justin Timberlake on that album, it is completely talking about how the old man has died, okay, and this new man is resurrected. This new man has come out of nothing, out of this struggle, out of this pain, which is a complete representation of a Masonic ritual as you pass on to the Master Mason degree and you have to perform this ritual of resurrection, you die, and so on and so forth. But if you listen to the words, okay, and this new man is resurrected, this new man has come out of nothing, out of this struggle, out of this pain, which is a complete representation of a Masonic ritual as you pass on to the Master Mason degree and you have to perform this ritual of resurrection, you die, and so on and so forth. But if you listen to the words and you hear what these people are saying and talking about swallowing their pride, getting on track, we're on the same page, and the way they talk about time, all of these things go right back to the fact that the entire industry is fraternal. If you want to be successful, you're either going to play your part or you're not going to be there. Period.
And do what you're told,
And do what you're told. And at the end of the day, if you don't do what you're told, you're going to find you get pulled over with some drugs in your car, and you don't know how it got there, but all of a sudden you're up for charges. And you'll end up getting a visit, and someone will tell you, we can make all of this go away.
That's right.
I have personally been approached here in South America. I am not one to volunteer my private information, so my name and my exact location I will not say. It's easy to find whoever knows how to track phone calls. I really don't care. My point being is I was approached here because of my connections within the music industry. I was taken to a penthouse of a particular gentleman who's of European descent, let's say, and he prefaced himself before he invited me into one of his orders. He simply said, number one, I will deny everything I'm about to tell you to my death. And I kind of was like, man, it's not that serious, whatever it is. I mean, you just met me through a friend of yours a couple of minutes ago, but he knew about me and my music business connection. And so what he said to me, he said, I am here in South America. I'm a part of a family, and we're basically looking to take over 60% of the utilities market. And we need help. We need people who have contacts to be able to influence the thought processes of individuals.
Yeah.
And I said, so why are you talking to me? He says, because I know you know the major players in the industry. And when these guys say things, when they put out things, when you have all of these artists saying vote for Obama, okay, and making it very cool to say vote for Obama, it doesn't matter what the reasoning is behind these individuals. People don't think. They just follow. They are, sad to say, pure sheep. And it is those very people in whatever part of the world, okay? The fact that I'm in South America is, this is not America, so he's trying to get influence into a certain realm in a whole other part of the world, knowing that my contacts are within the U.S. I do have contacts in South America as well, but it shows the global reach of the plan. Maintaining your humanity right now, going through the things we're going through, I think is going to be the greatest challenge.
Now we're going to talk about another subject, which is a toughie, hip-hop and imitative learning. Hip-hop has really proliferated in our society. It affects our fashions, it affects our values, and I want to talk a little bit about the early racist literature in the United States. In 1900, people wrote terrible things about black people. Charles Smith was a writer, a racist writer, and said that black males are terrifying predators who target helpless victims, and white women, and they're brutal and merciless and psychopathic and insatiate. D.W. Griffith made a movie called The Birth of a Nation, which is another racist movie. So we think, God, those days are over. American racism is over. Most white people feel that we've really made progress. We have a black president after all. Those are the days of the past. Well, Patricia Rose is a professor, an African-American professor in New England, and she used to like hip-hop. She said hip-hop, like Public Enemy, was really powerful, grassroots, political, artistic, not to be ignored. But hip-hop scared white people. It was too scary for them. And she says, this is, now what I'm giving you here is kind of the essence of what Patricia Rose says about hip-hop, and it is not very nice. So get yourselves ready, especially if you like hip-hop. She says, something happened to hip-hop around 1996. What's that? Nobody even knows about that. Well, big conglomerates started to buy up all these hip-hop labels. Def Jam Records, okay? There were 40 hip-hop labels that just got gobbled up by 4 major musical conglomerates, okay? And they said, let's increase the sex and violence, let's increase the obscenity, and let's decrease that political stuff and that artistic stuff. We want to make money, okay? We're not interested in that. So there are still some political groups and some artistic hip-hop groups, but that's not where the money is. The money, follow the money, and you follow Jay-Z, and you follow 50 Cent. Here's 50 Cent. Take a look at this image of a black male. I mean, he looks scary. He's pointing a gun at you. He looks like a inner-city thug, right? He very closely resembles the racist caricatures of black males 100 years ago. Predators. And here's his song, Keep Thinking I'm Candy Till Your Skull Get Popped and your brain jump out the top like a jack-in-the-box. In the hood, summertime is the killing season. It's hot out, this bub. That's a good enough reason. What's he saying? Well, he's saying this. He's talking to his girlfriend, and he says, you know, the kind of person I am, I'm kind of irritable. And if you think I'm your boyfriend, you know, you better watch it because I just might take out a gun and blow your head off because it's summertime. And summertime is a season for killing. You know, like duck hunting and deer. I kill people in the summer. I get irritable and I do that. Just letting you know. Now, would you like to dance to that idea? That's hip-hop after 1996. Okay? Here's a Lil Wayne. Notice, this is like an infomercial. This is not The Cosby Show. This is a guy who is going to Las Vegas, who is surrounded by women, surrounded by good luck, doesn't have to study hard in college, is absolutely enjoying himself. Drugs, gambling, promiscuity, fun, glitter. Something definitely to copy. This influences. This is like the opposite of the Huxtables. Okay? This is a guy who is definitely being reinforced, but he's not working for it. It's just coming to him. It is a matter of luck. Okay? Lil Wayne is big time and having a good time out of it. So think of this as an infomercial for a black male growing up, or even a white male growing up in American society. It does influence. It does affect and impact behavior. Now, if you look at the lyrics, I'm going to just take a few. Thief. When it's time to eat a meal, I rob and steal. Okay, well that means that you're a thief. Misogynist. On the silly games played by the women, only happy if I'm going up in them. Okay. Drug addict. Love to pump crack, love to stay strapped. So the lyrics of modern hip-hop money-making songs underscore the following meta themes about black males in the United States: obscene, pimp, thief, misogynist, sociopath, violent, drug addict, promiscuous. This is the meta meaning of what is being portrayed in these lyrics. Now, we've all been taught that this is the language of the inner city, but Patricia Rose says it's not the language of the inner city. It's the language of the businessman who took over the hip-hop industry, and of distraction and denial. Now, said we'd come back to hip-hop. Look, Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, NWA. Wow, what are they doing now? Arrested, having an awards, or spending money, girlfriends, Puff Daddy's having a new party. That's what we're reading about. That's what is, but what is being denied here? What are we not hearing about? Well, this is what we're not hearing about. And Dr. Dre is under contract to Jimmy Iovine, who is owned by Lucien Gringe. The guys who, Snoop Dogg is worth about $110 million. That's his net worth. But he was under contract to David Geffen, who's worth about $4 billion. When you follow the money, you realize hip-hop is a white man's industry. The people who say, I like that record, I want this song, I don't want that song. That's a white guy who's making that decision. I like the song with the obscenity, I don't like the song with the politics. So we're going to have this one on the CD and not that one. You understand? Or you want to continue to work for us? So that's the story of hip-hop, according to Patricia Rose. It is the corporate sale of racism. So, for example, Edgar Bronfman, who is the CEO under whom Liar Cohen works, who deals with Jay-Z, Edgar Bronfman is worth between $2.5 billion to $4 billion, depending on the year. So these are white people who control this industry, and we don't know much about any of them. Okay? They're marketing racist images of black people, especially black males, and they're the ones who are profiting the most from it.
Capable of, amongst them, with your voice, the Mufassirun say, with demonic music, wajlib alayhim, right? And then pull them in with your cavalry, bikhaylika, right? Warajlika, and your foot soldiers. They say the cavalry are the really effective shayateen, and then the foot soldiers are the less effective shayateen. وَشَارِكْهُمْ فِي الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَوْلَادِ, and share in their children. Share in their children. Get your portion of their children. Share in their wealth. This is what the demons are up to. They want a portion of your children. شَارِكْهُمْ فِي الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَوْلَادِ. Get them using riba. Get them earning haram livelihood. And get their children. Right? And get their children. وَعِدْهُمْ. And then make them false promises. وَمَا يَعِدُهُمُ الشَّيْطَانُ إِلَّا غُرُورًا. And shaitan only makes delusional promises. وَكَفَى بِرَبِّكَ وَكِيلًا. And it suffices your Lord as a wakil if you listen to Him. So if you look at the music now, the music isn't, I want to hold your hand. It's not, she loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay? It's not somewhere over the rainbow. Right? It's not the music that's being played out there, and that was bad enough. And I'll tell you something, Karl Popper, who, one of the great doyens of the open society, Karl Popper, one of the great philosophers of the 20th century, in his last interview with an Italian journalist, in his last interview he said, I made a mistake about censorship. We have to censor violence. It is going to destroy our civilization. This is Karl Popper, who wrote The Open Society and Its Enemies. At the end of his life, he recognized how dangerous this was. And pornography and violence are related. Pornography and violence go together, and humans have understood this for a long time. Now, here, the Prophet ﷺ said, I'm warning you that every prophet came and they warned their people about the Dajjal. But I'm going to tell you something about the Dajjal that nobody said to their people. He has one eye, and God does not have one eye. Now, I find it very bizarre that this cult of one eye is so prevalent in popular culture. Everywhere you look, the cult of one eye, and there you have Eminem, this minion with his devil's horns and his one eye plastered on the streets of Toronto. You can say, you know, I'm not talking about a conspiracy. A lot of people don't know what this is about. They don't know. Like, these cartoonists aren't all plotting and things like this. This is all inspiration. It's demonic inspiration. They're inspired by shaitan. If you want to know who's at the root of this conspiracy, it's an unseen world that we're dealing with. St. Paul said that our struggle is not with the powers of flesh and blood, but principalities of darkness. That this is part of the struggle of the people of God as they fight against forces of darkness that want to bring human beings down. Why? Have you ever seen anybody do that? Have you ever taken a picture like that? Who would take a picture like that? Why would you do that? I've never seen anybody do that. Why would you do that? Why? Why is this all this one-eye obsession? What's going on? This is one of the, do what thou wilt. This is the philosophy of one of the really, this man was a high-ranking magus, a magician. He was born in the 18th.
At Expedia, we have multiple brands, and we have over 200 travel sites in about 75 plus languages. I'm James Marshall. I'm the Vice President of the Transport Partner Services. I'm based in Singapore. And basically what I do, I have two hats. I manage all our global connectivity partners, and I also manage our air supply in Asia Pacific. Yeah, within the portfolio of brands, we may have different value propositions, but generally it's really three areas. We have a wide choice for our customers. Also, we want to offer savings, and then obviously we want to make it simple for them. And we want to make sure that they come to Expedia and that they will see that they have all the relevant choices for them to book, so they don't really need to go somewhere else. So it's really about building that trust that we have what they need. So looking into the future is really about continuing with the purpose of helping customers, helping people go places. So it's really about increasing the choice of products that they have, be it private accommodation, be it other airlines, be it air, rail, car rentals, local experiences. So we want to continue to offer that, but widen that choice. So what does success mean for Expedia? So it's really, we're a global company and we need to really be in the middle of that industry. So we have on one hand the suppliers, our airline partners, our hotels, and on the other hand we have the consumers. And our job is really to offer the best solution for all our partners and customers. And that's really what the success is about, being relevant for both of them. In the future, Expedia needs to continue investing in technology because at the end of the day, that's really the backbone of our business. We're really in that sweet spot.
1880s, died in 1947. 20 years after his death, almost to the date, they released Sgt. Pepper. It was 20 years ago today, Sgt. Pepper taught the band to play. The Beatles were heavily influenced by this man. Kinsey, who did all of the sexual studies that proved that deviant sexuality was normal, was also a follower of Crowley, actually made a visit to his temple in Sicily where they used to have bestiality, pedophilia, all of these horrible things. His message to people was, do what thou wilt, do whatever you want. Jay-Z, another one of these minions here. And then dress, right? Cross-dressing. This is something that they do. They love to put people into female clothes, so you have all these actors being cross-dressers. This becomes normalization. Even in hip-hop, you're seeing cross-dressing, wearing skirts, having their pants hang off their bottom, which was one of the things that they do in prisons. Initially, it started out because of people that were open to same-sex experience in the prisons would do that. This is all to break down people. This is the culture that they're putting forward to young people. Tattoos, 1 out of 4 Americans now has tattoos. This is a time we're living in where they're removing sacred space. They're defiling everything. This is defilement. It's fasad fil ard. They are defiling the earth. And these are demons. We are up against demons. There are human demons and there are demons from the unseen world. They have their minions. Many of them don't know they're minions, but they are minions of the devils. And this can sound like medieval claptrap to some modern people. Well, so be it. So be it. People don't believe in demons anymore. Well, just look around you. Look at the type of culture we have. Look at the type of culture we have. Look at what's happened to people. Wake up. Open your eyes. Look for yourselves. You'll begin to see this if you haven't seen it already. You will see it.